that was what's typically called a failure drill. So in law enforcement, we use that, simulating that the 2 rounds you fire into the chest are not effective for whatever reason. Maybe the suspect's wearing body armor, or the rounds just don't hit as good as you want them to and they don't immediately stop the threat. Let's walk up and take a look. These are a couple really valid shots right there. Right, I took my time, I was only at 5 yards. And then what we have down here is a pelvic girdle, or this representation of a pelvis. That would be a pretty darn effective shot, I think. The pelvis is good as a target area, secondary target area, because it's relatively big as compared to the head. It's also less mobile. And if you take a shot at the pelvis, you're going to be shooting at more of a downward angle typically, so it could be safer as far as your backdrop depending on the situation. So the head is a very viable target, right? That you have the best chance at an immediate physiological stoppage. These are real good hits. This is our primary area because of the blend of the important organs that houses and how wide it is, so you don't have to be as accurate, let's say, as shooting the head. The pelvic is another good spot, but the pelvic may not result in the proverbial mobility kill that everybody likes to think of. This is a replica adult male pelvis that I'm holding here. As you can see, it's a ring-like structure, and a round, especially a handgun round that penetrates this structure, wherever it is unlikely to completely break it. What's more likely to happen is that that round will pass through and through, almost like we did on the paper there, on the paper representation of the pelvis. Now it's going to hurt. It may cause a person to stop. It's definitely going to have some effect, but we can't reliably count on a handgun round to result in that mobility kill that maybe we thought of a long time ago. But you know, when you shoot someone with a rifle round, the velocities, everything, you have a lot more impact. It's gonna tend to create a break in this structure. Then you may get that mobility kill. But just remember, just because someone's knocked down doesn't mean they're out of the fight. One last thing here with the pelvis is that a lot of times in close quarters, and I'm not going to live fire this right now because of the backdrop, a lot of times in close quarters we're in a situation like this where we have our elbow up high, our wrist is locked, our offhand is up fighting the assailant or protecting ourselves, and we have that downward angle with our muzzle, so we can get a pelvic shot there, back up, and then start getting the more viable shots. So the pelvis is a good target, but for the reasons I've explained, it shouldn't be your primary target.